helicopters were developed and built during the first half-century of flight, some even reaching limited production, it was not until 1942 that a helicopter designer realised his big idea. Igor Sikorsky's big idea had been with him for over 30 years. In fact, he had experimented with helicopter-type machines not long after he first saw a newspaper picture of Orville Wright and his pioneering airplane. Within 24 hours of seeing that 1908 picture, Sikorsky had decided to change his life's work and study aviation. 35 years later, Sikorsky's big idea took to the skies and the event of the helicopter age had begun. Although only rising a metre on the first test flight, this skeleton of tubes and canvas was to become the forerunner of the first successful production helicopter, the Sikorsky R-4. After experimenting with configurations to counteract the torque produced by the single main rotor, Sikorsky settled on a single, smaller rotor mounted vertically on the tail boom. In all, Sikorsky would produce over 400 helicopters before the end of World War II. Helicopters were soon acknowledged as excellent workhorses in remote areas and for operating in rough terrain. Igor Sikorsky took great satisfaction from seeing his big idea being used to save lives. During his 60-year career in aviation, he accomplished many aviation firsts. However, nothing he accomplished in those 60 years equalled his pride in the use of the helicopter for air rescue operations. Sikorsky once said, if a man is in need of rescue, an airplane can come in and throw flowers on him, and that's just about all. But a direct lift aircraft could come in and save his life. This was proven when helicopters were put into service. United States Coast Guard Commander Frank Erickson flew the R-4 on the first helicopter mercy mission in January 1944. He delivered blood plasma for injured sailors after an explosion occurred aboard a US Navy destroyer off New York Harbor. Due to its ability to take off and land vertically and to hover for extended periods of time, Sikorsky's big idea became the aircraft of choice for operations that were far too difficult for fixed-wing flight. The availability of lightweight turboshaft engines led to the development of larger, faster and higher performance helicopters. Today, helicopters are used for transportation, for construction, for firefighting, search and rescue, and a variety of other jobs that require its special capabilities. The Sikorsky S-64 Sky Crane, introduced in the 1960s, is capable of carrying 10-ton loads. The Sky Crane is used for all sorts of lifting, like placing radio transmission towers in remote locations and large air conditioning units in the tops of tall buildings. The Sky Crane was put to good use in 1971 when it was loaned from the US Army to help rebuild dikes that were designed to prevent another tragedy like the 1950 flood in which nearly 2,000 people died. The Sikorsky Sky Crane was principally involved in carrying heavy blocks of concrete to fill the last major gap in the dike system. The Black Hawk is the military version of Sikorsky's big idea. The Black Hawk is in the armed forces service of 20 nations worldwide as a medium-lift utility or assault helicopter, based on the twin turboshaft engine, single-rotored Sikorsky S-70. The Black Hawk series of aircraft can perform a wide array of missions, including the tactical transport of troops, electronic warfare and aeromedical evacuation. In air assault operations, it can move a squad of 11 combat troops with equipment or reposition the 105 howitzer and a 4-man crew in a single lift. The $5.9 million Black Hawk is equipped with advanced avionics and electronics for increased survivability and capability, such as the Global Positioning System. Besides military operation, Sikorsky's big idea sees a lot of action while on peacetime missions. Transfers to remote oil rigs are made safer and more comfortable. High-flying business owners can skip downtown for that lunchtime meeting, and television news crews can report the latest, while the police air wing serves and protects the citizens. All this is possible because of one man's big idea, the helicopter, the big idea of Igor Sikorsky.